Hey guys, a very good evening to all my crypto believers. So, have you all been curious about what's happening in the market? Don't you worry, the CoinMonks got you covered. Okay, so before starting with the updates, let's quickly quote today's headlines. Microsoft muscles into the metaverse with Teams updates and Xbox upgrades. El Salvador to build 20 Bitcoin schools with surplus from Bitcoin Trust. US Senator notes Bitcoin is here to stay, but remains uncertain about others. Inside the crypto metaverses, are wearables the next NFT mega trend? So let's start up with our video. Firstly, so finally looks like every big MNC is stepping into the metaverse. It's hyping up even more than before. Last time I saw something getting this hyped up was the Squid Game token. I hope they both don't end in the same way. Well, they won't, I know. It's completely different domain. So are you excited for the metaverse? Do let me know in the comments. Microsoft is entering the metaverse through improvements to its Teams and Xbox gaming console services, as well as a new project called Dynamics 365 Connected Spaces. On November 2, during the Microsoft Ignite conference, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella outlined the company's metaverse plans for Teams and Spaces. We can embed computer into real world and the real world into computing thanks to the metaverse, adding physical presence to any digital environment. What matters the most is that we can bring our humanity with us and select how we want to interact with the world, Nadella added. The mesh version for Microsoft Teams will provide users with individualized digital avatars and immersive venues to meet in the metaverse that can be accessed from any device with no special equipment required when it launches in 2022. Organizations will be able to create unique places to accommodate settings such as meetings or social mixers later in Mesh's development. The first preview of Microsoft's Dynamics 365 Connected Spaces solution is scheduled for December 2021, and it will allow enterprises to integrate metaverse and artificial intelligence technology. In a hybrid work environment, spaces may be used to harness observational data from cameras from the retail store to the production floor, according to the company. In a blog post published on November 2, Vishal Sood, the general manager of Connected Spaces, said, "Harness the power of your existing cameras to help complete the picture, giving a new view into people, places, and things." Microsoft isn't the only prominent corporation to announce metaverse aspirations this week. Earlier today, Cointelegraph reported that Nike has filed trademark applications for its iconic emblem and motto for usage in online virtual worlds. The company has also recently announced 2 job openings for virtual material designers. The newcomers will play a significant part in changing our digital environment, ushering us into the metaverse, according to Nike. With the rebranding to Meta and the firm's work to provide a platform for creators to build virtual online businesses, connect online experiences with the physical world, and launch its virtual reality hardware business named Reality Labs, social media giant Facebook is famously taking the plunge into the metaverse. On October 29, during an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box, Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian remarked on Facebook's intentions, calling them a masterstroke in diversion and distraction from the company's troubles. While Ohanian stated that metaverse should not be undervalued, he also stated that there is enough organic movement from the crypto industry to build an open metaverse rather than one controlled by Facebook. Right present, there is a grassroots movement to establish the metaverse. We've seen what's going on in the crypto world. We're seeing a lot of people creating what I believe will become a much more organic society rather than one forced from the top down by Facebook. Moreover, El Salvador is back to the news again. My next statement itself will amaze you. Yes, I'll talk about Bitcoin schools. You thought that superhero training schools from anime didn't make any sense? Now the world has brought to you Bitcoin schools. Anyways, let's dive into it. El Salvador's government is about to start on its second Bitcoin-related project, which will include the nation's income from the asset being used to build schools. According to President Nayib Bukele, profits or surplus from the state's Bitcoin Trust account will be used to build 20 schools. On November 2, the White House press secretary tweeted, "When we first launched this project, we didn't have nearly as much money as in our feed Bitcoin as we do now. As a result, we've chosen to create the first 20 Bitcoin schools." Bukele's representative also indicated that revenues from prior BTC purchases will help the people and that no Salvadoran taxes would be affected by the new project. According to local media, the construction of the 20 new schools will assist the expansion of cryptocurrency education for locals and will be the part of the My New School program's 400 school. The Central American Bank for Economic Integration granted $200 million in financing for El Salvador's education expansion incentive in October 2020. The president declared in mid-October that the government government will invest $4 million from the Bitcoin Trust to build a new veterinary facility in San Salvador City. El Salvador's contentious Bitcoin law took effect on September 7, but the state's Chivo wallet had technical difficulties on its first day of legal tender status. El Salvador purchased another 420 BTC on October 28, raising its total hoard to 1120 BTC according to Cointelegraph. This is worth roughly $70.5 million at current rates of $63K. El Salvador BTC, a Twitter feed that tracks the country's Bitcoin purchases, has estimated a profit of $12 million based on an average purchase price of $53,062. The account also keeps track of the government's $30 stimulus package, which was given to residents to stimulate the adoption of Bitcoin. According to the tracker, the $30 in BTC provided to Salvadorans on July 9 is now worth roughly $38 as of November 2. Joe Pompliano, Anthony's brother, had this to say: "More citizens now have Bitcoin wallets than traditional bank accounts, and their purchasing power has increased by more than 30% for the first time in their lives. It's an intriguing experiment." So moving towards our next segment, well, US Senator has given some statements regarding the future of Bitcoin, and she is sounding like me when I was new to crypto. Dude, she's saying that Bitcoin will stay and she's doubting the rest. I think she bought the Squid Game token and got scammed. Other coins like ETH have made remarkable progress too, but she's kinda ignoring them. Jokes apart, let's take a look at what she said. In an exclusive interview with Squawk Box, US Senator Cynthia Lummis called for Bitcoin's domination. Senator Lummis, who is advocating for clear legislation to support the continued growth of cryptocurrency in the US, reaffirmed that Bitcoin is the standard because of its entirely decentralized nature. While Bitcoin is a commodity, she discovered that other tokens can be used as security because they are issued by an individual or an institution who holds a large number of tokens for themselves. I believe Bitcoin is here to stay, and I believe that many others are not. Because Bitcoin is completely decentralized, and because some of these other coins were created by a single person or institution who held a substantial chunk of the coin for themselves before issuing others, they appear to be more of a security than a commodity. Bitcoin is unmistakably a commodity. The gold standard is Bitcoin. Senator Cynthia Lummis told Squawk Box it's digital gold. Senator Lummis also stated that the government is attempting to develop cryptocurrency-friendly regulations. Regardless of crypto's inescapable growth, consumer protection remains the authority's top focus. While Senator Lummis stood by Bitcoin, implying that the OG crypto could have positive outcomes in the near future in terms of regulatory control, Cynthia stressed that other tokens regulations will be susceptible to risk and their nature. I believe that having a regulatory framework within which this can exist and innovate means that this entire field of digital assets can exist and innovate. But it is extremely valuable to safeguard consumers at the same time, which is why we and the Financial Innovation Caucus are putting up and examining legislation to address these and other challenges. Senator Lummis continued, everything else has to be watched differently because they are produced differently. So moving forward with our last segment for today, we all know how important the promotions are, but looks like NFTs are into something even more. You think YouTubers are dumb to sell their merchandise as it does some promotion? Sadly, it's not it. NFT companies are thinking to make some wearables to promote the NFTs. So ready to buy the Dodger sticker? Let's have a look at it. Wearables appear to be a significant mechanism for promoting the metaverse's passion for NFTs according to all the chatter. One avatar can't help but be envious of the fashion on display while walking about Decentraland. From branded capes to a little bit of bling, wearables are collectibles in this virtual world. Kraken smartly began dropping free wearables to festival guests who claimed them and wore them to various events. Fashion fans and designers who want to test out their creations in a virtual realm have a plethora of operations in the metaverse. But how can they assure that they are benefiting from the secondary wearable market? Atlas Corporation offers to provide an open source DApp that can be used to calculate the overall amount of secondary sales for each wearable collection and creator, as well as the royalties owing to each creator from the DAO. The DAO has voted to divert 2.5% of wearables royalty revenues away from the DAO and toward the wearables developers. DAO committee is currently unaware of the royalties due to each developer, and the DAO DApps team does not yet have the resources to create such a tool. These fees are now held in the DAO committee wallet, and if the accounts payable were identified, they might be dispersed to creators. They want to create a tool that allows users to see how many secondary sales there are per item and per collection. Sales that have occurred on the Decentraland marketplace are referred to as secondary sales. To save ongoing hosting fees, the calculator will be created as a decentralized application and hosted on IPFS. The application will be released under an MIT license and the Git repository will be open to the public. The world of wearables is heating up from fashion to games. DressX, a digital fashion company, is pushing the envelope by bringing NFTs into the real world and leveraging AR technology to feature them in live broadcasts. Wearables are a popular industry for the future economy because of the collision of fashion and NFTs. Furthermore, as gaming takes center stage in the fight for blockchain adoption, demand in play to earn games that allow gamers to acquire and sell NFTs is surging. Imagine the perfect vintage shop where clothes don't get damaged as they age but gain value as they are passed down from one player to the next. Atlas Corporation, Unique Network, Boolean Network, and Animoca Games are redistributing power to creators by providing access to unique technologies that will empower NFT creators in the emerging metaverse economy. Wearables have a bright future ahead of them. So we would now wind up with the assessment for today evening and meet you all tomorrow with even more interesting stuff. Until then, you may consider joining our Telegram channel for free crypto signals. Visit our blog linked below for guides, reviews, and tutorials, and subscribe to the channel and get daily updates about the crypto market. Lastly, with this little favor of CoinMonks, we hope you stay updated. Thanks for watching and have a nice day ahead.